Today on Suncoast View, red may mean green to you if Bradenton turns its red light cameras back on. We'll discuss.
It's Throwback Thursday. Today we celebrate the sexy 60s and we'll have a retro pinup photography.
Plus, you will not believe what emerged from the Batcave right here in our parking lot. We'll check out the Batmobile and the Batcycle right off the pages of DC comic books. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show. We are celebrating the swingin' 60s, and who better to have with us than 60s TV icon Vicki Smugglers. Oh,
hello, ladies.
Hey.
The 60s.
It's so good to be back here.
So how did we do replicating your memories?
I was there at the 60s, so I don't remember anything.
Well, I guess that would be appropriate. Of course, we continue to celebrate Throwback Thursday every week throughout the month of May, and we have arrived to the 60s, and whoa, maybe we're not going to remember it either. I don't know. But Beth, I got to tell you, out of all the decades we've talked about, this is the one I'm sad to have missed.
I didn't miss it.
Well,
but do you remember it?
The 50s, they said, were very quiet and, you know, more conservative, and now you look at all the legs that we're showing.
We are letting it out.
I was a TV weather girl in the 1960s, and then an anchor. I got married. I had a baby. I graduated from college.
You were very busy.
That was a big decade for me.
Well, we are going to take a look at some of...
That sounds like my decade.
Yeah.
You took my decade. I got married and had babies in the 60s.
Does my son look like you?
Wait, did they do that together? I'm so confused.
I was watching him on TV. I remember him well.
That was a major decade in your life. It wasn't my life.
Yours,
we are 60s people. We grew up to be productive in the 60s. That was our time.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to look at some great, amazing photos coming up throughout the show. But first, I do want to throw out a thanks to Manatee Performing Arts Center for these awesome costumes. We are well, I'd say decorated for our decade.
Yes,
and
like
very sparkly. Very mod. You're in the Beatles British mode, which I like.
Yeah, there were go-go dancers back then. Remember the go-go girls in the cages? Yeah.
In a cage? Joey told me I can't go in a cage.
No, well, we had there were cages hanging from
I would hope you would just not want to go in
cages hanging from the ceiling?
Chubby Checker got everybody dancing.
Yes.
Absolutely. People who could not dance were dancing. It was really very important.
I knew I should have been a 60s girl because I don't dance well, so I'd have fit right in.
It's just movement.
Yeah, no, what you guys should have done was this, you know.
That's the monkey.
Oh, that's a monkey.
This is a windshield wiper.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, we did do some eating in the 60s, I understand. And who better to have with us today than Chef Mel from Whole Foods. Not that you're a 60s baby or anything.
Born in the 60s. Born in 1965. Thank you very much.
Oh, my goodness.
Then perfect. And Beth is honoring your heritage with her dress, of course.
I appreciate it.
Tell us what we're making today.
I'm going to make you a steak Caesar salad, and I'm also going to make a shrimp cocktail. Very 60s.
Oh, yes.
I'm liking it.
All right, we like the sounds of that. Well, as Linda mentioned, the 60s were a very big decade for her because it was the beginning of Linda's TV career in Atlanta in 1964.
Channel 11.
Take a look.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at you, Linda.
I was the weather girl.
Oh, wow.
Those were great days with high hair. The hair got higher and higher and higher.
And I believe we even have some video. Check out this.
Oh, dear. Oh, I don't think they had video back in those days.
A shocking number of people in the United States that were hungry and malnourished. So Congress directed HEW to find out where that problem existed. A careful study of 10 states was made, and a man very much involved in that study is Dr. Milton Nickerman of the CDC.
And you got a little southern accent as well.
Yes, I went to class every day between shows and worked on that accent.
Wait, to get it or get rid of it?
To get rid of it. I was going all over the country pretty soon after that. So trying to lose it, I get it back though every time I go home to Atlanta.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. You are stunningly gorgeous, not that we expected anything else. Your hair is perfect.
And we wrote with a grease pencil back then on the weather board.
That would have been so much easier because those computer programs are annoying.
And I started my modeling career. I was the happiest girl in the world for Studebaker, and I did National Coke commercials, and I can still say some of those lines. Coke and chips, what a team they make. Ice Cold, Coke and Golden Flakes. And I can't can't even remember your name. Yes, I can. Bobette.
Oh, my gosh, that is great. Well, not only do we have some photos, but we also pulled a couple newspaper headlines from the 60s from right here on the Suncoast. Cuban peace talks. You know, it's amazing, decade for decade. Every time
Same thing.
I was just going to say we go back and we're still having the same issues decades ago. Also, a curtain up for a dream, or the drama on payola. So starting to talk about those issues as well. But this article here is City Island, the best location for a marina.
I guess they decided yes.
Apparently they did. So now we know the beginnings of that. So a lot of changes for the Suncoast, obviously. Just a big fun decade in general. Not all fun, obviously.
No, the Vietnam War was going on.
Right.
So there was that, and that was huge. It took over every day of our lives.
Politically, it was a social and cultural upheaval. It was a major shift, and America's never been the same. You know, it bent around. You know, the burning the bras, Woodstock, the assassinations, peace, love, brown rice. It had the whole mix.
Outspoken. It seems like people were really willing to stand up for what they believed in.
That's when everyone, I guess, yes, I heard that's when everyone started smoking pot. Like, they look like Linda right now.
Well, not everybody was smoking. There was a draft was a major thing, sending people to a war that wasn't supposed to happen. So many veterans from World War II sent their sons up to Canada, and they were good Americans. They said, "I'm not going to put my son as cannon fodder." And so there were the devices of then that's now, but it was done. We thought it was way out, but it's by far more civil, and there was much more accountability in those days for what you said and how you said it, because we didn't have the internet.
And you got in trouble for everything you said back then, so that's how we learned what you can't say.
Well, we could say it. It was funny, though. We were on President Johnson's case. He was the president. We were in Vietnam, and we were on it. The first show that ever did that. We didn't know we were the first show in primetime to do that. And Paley, the president of CBS, called up the president, Johnson in the middle of the night called up Paley and asked him. He couldn't tweet, but he called him up. And he asked, could they go easier on the president?
Be nicer, be nicer.
And you know what? If we don't have time, what we did is we traded that to get Pete Seeger on the show to do Waist Deep in the Big Muddy. Tremendous political song.
Well, we're going to go over all of this coming up later in the show.
Stories.
We got stories, we got pictures, but we're going to talk a little bit about today first. You're good. We're going to just keep chatting. All right, it is time for our first hot topic, and red means stop or it will soon cost you again in Bradenton. City Council is going to take up the topic of turning the red light cameras back on. So Bradenton turned them off last August due to a dispute with the vendor. But now that the state has decided not to repeal the Red Light Camera Act, the city is looking into options to turn them back on. Opponents say the cameras are based on a punitive nature, ticketing drivers for infractions that can't even be seen by the naked eye. Red light cameras do create a revenue source, but most of the money goes to the state and the vendors.
Okay, I'm an expert on this. I just paid $154 for running a red light that I didn't know I ran
in
at
Sarasota?
University Parkway. Yeah, University Parkway going into the Oslo rep. I got the ticket and I thought, okay, I did this. A lot of bad accidents happen here for that very same reason, so I'm willing to pay up.
But you didn't even know you did it.
Yeah, but I would have known it if somebody hit me coming through the green light.
But if the appeal, you pay more in court costs than the stupid ticket.
No, a lot of those you don't have to go to court.
Really? Have you tried this?
Yes, I have.
And did you win?
Usually with the appeals for the red light cameras, you can appeal it. You don't have, it's just a paperwork process.
Did you win?
Yes, I did.
I paid $154 and
you chose not to appeal it. That was your choice.
But I was guilty. They had a picture of
and
my
that's
car.
the thing.
And
you know you're guilty.
If you're guilty, then and you knew you ran the light, then you should pay it.
But whether you know it or not, did a picture show up in the mail of your car in the intersection with the red light?
I didn't believe that I crossed that line at the time. And I also don't know if I believe that those cameras are taking the pictures when they say they're taking it.
So I don't know if everybody knows, there's a crosswalk and towards the cars, there's a white line. If your bumper is over that white line,
that's a ticket.
and then it turns red, just instantly later, you didn't run it. It has to be an absolute place where you did or didn't.
The line should be in the middle of the intersection, not at the crosswalk.
Well, that would be an accident.
I don't know.
The whole idea of it is to make cars safer and let people really think about running the lights.
Right.
But I don't think I don't know. I'm mixed on it. Sometimes they say that it causes more accidents because people get afraid and they slam on the brake. No, because even if you're slightly over or just a second, you get afraid and then you slam the brake. The person behind you think you're going through and they're not ready.
Well, I've covered at least 10 deaths where people ran red lights, and so it scares me to death.
Just a second. The amber light on is plenty on for you to stop and never slam your brakes on. There's no reason. There'll be another green light. In a couple
no,
minutes.
absolutely. I'd just rather a human being be the one enforcing it than a camera.
So look ahead, judge ahead, and there's no reason ever in traffic to slam your brakes on.
Good point. All right, well, home designers have a new secret to share. More and more couples are asking for separate master bedrooms in their home design. So there's reportedly multiple reasons. For starters, it allows each person to have a distinctive space catered just to them. Then there's practicality, different relaxation and sleep styles. And it doesn't mean the end of sex. Couples say it gives them 2 distinct places to have some nighttime fun. Is anyone opposed to this?
I think it's a great idea.
I have a new girlfriend.
Wow.
Yes, and I really love her very much. And she has a condo on Longboat. And I have my bedroom, and she has hers. Her late husband, that's how they worked it. And when we come into the house, I go to my room, she goes to her room. When we calm down and clean up or do anything we want, we go together when we want to. And separate. Our TV habits are different, our computer habits are different, our reading habits. And it is so much fun to visit the other bedroom. Because you're at your best.
This relationship's going to last forever, I can tell.
I guarantee you.
I love that you are that open-minded about it.
Yeah.
I love the idea too.
But my ex did not want anything
My husband
to do
does
with
not
that.
like this theory either.
Yeah. But you can snuggle all you want because it's your choice to be together.
And then you can leave when I need to sleep.
Yes.
Because not everyone sleeps with the same habits.
But
We agree, but people take it offensively.
They do.
They think that, because you don't want to be in a room with me. No, I just don't want to be up listening to you snore.
Well,
right,
you know, it's okay if I say I don't want it, but my husband would be very insulted. And if he said, okay, I want a room of my own, I don't want to sleep with you anymore.
You would be
I would be
insulted.
very insulted.
You would? I wouldn't.
You know,
It's
it's because it's a habit, it's a custom.
Yeah, but you're right.
I think it's a custom.
Customs and habits. Habits are hard to break.
Yeah.
And if that's what you grew up with, that's what you want. And that's fine.
Even if you don't really want it.
Both persons have
to
want
agree.
The snoring thing, the noise that your partner makes while they're sleeping, it's not always snoring. It's all, but the noise they're making can be so disturbing and can wreck a marriage.
I agree.
It really can.
I totally agree. Well, I think we're going to see more and more of it. And Dickie, I love your open mind, so thanks for sharing. Well, dating gets more and more complicated each generation. Here's another word to describe a status called a situationship. That is for something that isn't quite a relationship. So you're not just hanging out or hooking up, but you aren't quite dating exclusively. So you would be in a situationship. Anybody have a situationship? I have a marriage, so I can't fess anything up.
No,
Are these sexual, but you're not exclusive? Is that what it means?
That's what
It's a situation. You have a situation. You don't know how to
You're
put
not
a
madly in
title
love.
on it.
You're not
You
in
don't know
love.
what the future of the relationship
So you're not
is.
exclusive yet, you think?
It's definitely not exclusive. This is an old term.
You seem very comfortable with this, but
I
keep going.
I know what it means, but
I don't.
So it's just an idea of you're in something that you don't want to have. You don't have a title. You and this person may hang out a lot, but you're not officially in a relationship.
Do you go to bed with this person?
Possibly.
Separate bedrooms, of course.
What, to me, I'm hearing you're friends first. You're friends with this person. It may become
It's like friends with benefits.
or not
kind of
benefits. You're just friends. It's
No.
really neat.
Situationships usually
There's
have
benefits, Dickie. There's benefits.
Well, that's what I said,
They
but not
eventually get
necessarily.
there.
Well, you read about Kirk Douglas and his long-term marriage. He's 100 years old. He thought he was going to come on with her, and he said, "I'll take you to dinner." They were in Paris. He said, the first thing she said, "I think I'd rather stay home and cook some eggs." So he caught in his mind, he called her a B word, but was intrigued. They became working partners,
Right.
And he said, it allowed me to become myself because there was no flirting.
Right.
She learned who I was. It gave him permission.
So?
And they've been married 63
I mean,
years.
there's probably benefits for it,
Yeah.
but
So be friends. Friends is real important.
Yeah, it is.
I agree with that. Friends first. All
But
right.
Sleep with your
stage
friends if you
friends-
want to. But it's not mandatory.
it gives you an excuse to not commit.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
Situationship. All right. Good to know. I guess
separate bedrooms too.
Yeah, we all agree with that.
Separate addresses too.
All right, that's very 60s, by the way, to not commit. Yeah, we got that going on. See, it all comes back around. Sexual freedom.
They called it free love back in
What did they call it?
Free love.
Free love. All right, may the 60s
There's
live
no
on.
free lunch.
No free lunch.
It was a lie. It was a lie.
I'm still supporting free love.
We're going to check in with our happy hour forecast. And to get me out of here, I've hired the Batmobile. Stay with us.
Good afternoon. Another hot day today. The good news is the air quality is improving slightly, still in the moderate range. We'll talk about that. 87 right now. Still pretty warm, even near the coast. The west-northwest wind is just now kicking in, so things will start to cool down. The pressure 30 inches even. Humidity quite low, 44%. That's due to the fact we have had a lot of east wind throughout the day today. And that air quality index I mentioned now, come out of Sarasota County, is now at 86. Yesterday it was up there past 120. So the good news is it's coming down. The atmosphere is starting to mix a little bit more so now. And a pretty steady west wind near the coast, up and down the coast, but still those 90-degree temperatures being felt well inland. 93 in Orlando, 96 at Mayaca City, 82 though at the Venice Pier, 80 in Inglewood, Northport you're at 86 and 85 in Port Charlotte. Parrish still hot, 92. And the atmosphere is moistening up just a little bit, just in time for a cold front. We'll have more on that front coming up today at 5. See you then.
Back in the 1960s, Batman flew off DC comic books and onto TV screens across the nation. And in 1965, Batman was made into a movie. Of course, his main way of fighting crime was the Batmobile. It disappeared into the Batcave, and this morning we found it. Eugene Knock, of all people, had it in the Batman cave, hidden away. And you also have a Batcycle, Eugene?
Right. We have the 66 Batcycle, and we also have at the airport the 66 Batcopter, N3079er Golf is the N number.
A helicopter.
It's airworthy and flies.
And you've got Vicki Smugglers
I've
and
got my
Bobette
buddy,
over here.
yep. Vicki Smugglers came because he is an icon of the 60s, just like these vehicles.
Yeah.
And Bobette came because she's never heard of the 60s.
Because I don't want to be wrong.
Well, she's beautiful. We were commenting on her gorgeous dress there. Yeah, she looks
She
great.
could have been Batgirl back in those
Absolutely.
days. So, and the Batmobile, where did you get the Batmobile?
This is a 1966 Batmobile. There were 6 of them, and George Barris and Bob Butts designed this car. And this is one of the traveling cars that did all the car shows in the old days. And it has been traveling. It's absolutely a showbiz icon. And every show up in Canada, all the way down to Miami, from New York all the way to Los Angeles. This thing has been at all different type of shows. And these days, it stars with Adam West and Burt Ward and Lee Merriweather and Julie Newmar for Comic Cons and their organized photos with their fans. They have fans that come to see them where the waiting line is up to 2 hours.
Wow. So why did you need a Batmobile?
Well, I'm a helicopter pilot for a living, and I was very lucky to buy the Batcopter.
So you've got the Batcopter.
Right, and so then when you started chartering the Batcopter, people started asking, do you have a Batmobile? So then I had to lease a Batmobile to lease a Batmobile. So in one of those situations, we agreed to buy it, so now we own it, and we're real happy about it. I have my brothers here with us today, and it's a family. Oh yeah, no, you want me to open it?
Yes.
All right. There's even a bomb in there.
A bomb in there.
If you remember, Batman in the movie had a bomb that he could not get rid of. So
I got it. Here's
so you remember how he held it up over his head?
No, but I bet I can do that.
That's it.
This car is fully equipped.
Oh, absolutely.
How fast will it go?
Probably 120. This car is completely a good car these days. We've completely rebuilt it. My son Wilson has driven it at the Atlanta Motor Speedway and also at the Texas Motor Speedway and also in Daytona, our favorite racetrack right here in the great state of Florida.
Who rents this car? You say when you have clients that rent your helicopter, the Batmobile helicopter?
Yeah, mostly Comic Cons these days. And
Who?
Comic Cons, comic conventions. They're very large.
Comic conventions,
yes.
Okay.
And then car shows. And then air shows, like we just did Sun and Fun in Lakeland. And we're going to Oshkosh this year, which is a very large air show. We did Cleveland, Chicago. These are very large air shows organized, and we work with the Blue Angels very often.
Do they call you on the bat phone when they need you?
Yes, they do. Yes.
I see there's a bat phone.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, there's a
Linda,
bat
I think he's calling
phone,
you.
Linda.
Yeah.
Oh, I see a detectoscope up here too.
And I understand the car also fires. Really?
Yes, it does.
It has fire that comes out?
Come around, I'll show you.
Oh, we've got to see this.
Can we see
John,
fire?
Where does the fire come from so we don't miss it?
Don't go back there with your hairspray though.
You ready?
Yeah. Like the movie.
wow, look at that. Oh.
That is real flame.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And it's hot.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
And absolutely everything works in this thing.
That is beyond amazing.
This is amazing.
Talk us through some of the other features up here. I see we've got a firing button, we've got a bat turn.
That's right.
What else is in here?
Well, let me sit inside and then I'll explain it all.
Oh, look at, what is
Yeah.
this, a gear made like a bat?
That's the bat phone.
Well, first of all, this is the bat phone.
Oh, I see.
And this is how you engage the brakes. This is the gear selector right here. This has got an anti-theft device right here.
Oh, so we don't steal the Batmobile.
And believe it or not, when this is the quick bat turn lever, then basically it really works. You go very fast, you slam the brakes on, and the way this works is you're utilizing only the front brakes. So the car will slide around and then you give it the gas and go.
Are you allowed to do that on Tamiami Trail?
I don't
That
know.
would be hot.
We'd have to talk to the police department and make sure that they're aware that we are licensed duty officers.
Yeah, and even your fire extinguisher has a bat
That's right.
on it. You are fully equipped.
Oh, look.
Oh, look, there's a beacon.
Yeah, everything works.
So if the bat phone rings, we're ready for action.
We're ready to roll. That's
I
right.
bet the police love this when they see you
Well,
coming.
this is a deputized officer of the law, if you remember.
Really?
Yeah, sure. That's what Batman was, and I think that's why so many people were so taken by Batman, because he was for real. He was a deputized officer of the law of Gotham City, and he was fighting crime. And over the years, we do so many of these big events, many police officers have come up to me and said, that's the reason I became a police officer, because of the TV show. You know?
Oh my goodness. Well, I bet every policeman would love this.
All right, yeah, Bella, come over here and tell them.
Actually, Bella doesn't have the mic on. We need you to
We'll be at the
tell us.
Manatee.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, we'll be at the Manatee car show. Right?
Okay. Manatee Car Show.
Manatee Car
And of
Show.
course, for more entertainment, go to the Knox Family Entertainment website. And we'll be right back inside
love
with
to
Vicki
fly.
Smugglers in just a minute.
That's right.
Our area has been in a drought for months, putting the Suncoast at high risk for wildfires.
Only one time I've seen worse than this, and that was like 7 years ago.
A small spark could potentially cost you everything.
But you don't have to stand by and watch your property go up in flames. I'm Haley Wilgus, and I'm going to the experts to help you protect your home from fire damage.
Tonight on your Suncoast News at 5.
Introducing the all-new Alfa Romeo Giulia, a performance masterpiece. Race-inspired handling and lightning-fast response times take your drive to the next level. Find yours at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Giulia from Alfa Romeo. Appearance. Performance. Power. Find yours at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
And welcome back. Once again, the Oswald Rep is the proud host of a world premiere musical. Beatsville is set in the 1960s Greenwich Village and is the focus of the Beatniks, the group of young people who at that time rejected the traditional social norms. One of the stars, Lauren Marcus, is here with a preview singing Something. No, really, the name of the song is actually Something. All right, take it away.
Something's out there, somewhere. Something's waiting just for me. Something to guide me, to reach deep inside me and show me just who I'm meant to be. Something isn't someone. Someone isn't what I need. That's all behind me. It's high time I find me, at least find the life I'm meant to lead. Someday I'll know just where I'm going, somehow transformed anew. All I can do is keep on growing towards something true. Off in search of something crazy, though it may sound. No, I'm not yet there, but one day I'll get there. I won't give up until it's found. I guess for now, I'm something
Wow.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Well, that something was about a lot.
It was. It's about a lot of different things.
So, well, when I saw the movie and in it, or sorry, the play, and in it, you're like almost trying to find yourself, and you go through a different transformation based on what the social norms were there. Tell me about it.
So the show itself is much more. I mean, it's about the beatniks all in Greenwich Village in the '60s, and my character, she comes in. She's from the suburbs, and she's kind of very much at odds with the entire scene, and so she really wants to be a beatnik so badly, and she wears the clothes, and she tries to do the thing, and she can't pull it off. And I think she kind of has this transformation by the end of the show that's not what she necessarily needs to do to be cool or be, true to herself.
A message that's still relevant today.
Absolutely.
That song was. That song resonates true right now.
Yeah, and what's so cool about that song is she's much more musical theater. I think the score, it's a world premiere show, and the whole score is super jazzy, and she kind of finds her way into that music by this song. It's her jazziest song.
And you're accompanied today by the music director, Kat Terrell. Great job with the song. And when you think of this, again, the musical is a lot about, it has like a dark humor to it, because there's death involved, even though it's, we make it funny and comedy. But how do you get that to work in with the music?
The score of this show is so great. It's so varied. There's a lot of it that is very authentic jazz from the late 50s. The composer Wendy Wilf, composer and lyricist, used a style that's not used anywhere else, to my knowledge, in musical theater, called vocalese, which is where a singer would take an instrumental solo and put lyrics to it. So take a jazz solo and put lyrics to it. So there's a lot of words and a lot of notes that are very in the style of like a combo of a jazz solo. So like Lauren said, she goes through this cool character arc throughout the show where she comes in as this very musical theater person, like very orchestral music, and then throughout the course of the show you hear her kind of ironically, as she becomes more self-accepting, become more jazzy, become more individual. So that's one thing that I think is so cool about this score.
Well, it's also an amazing show. I saw it, and you guys should see it too. Beachville runs through May 28th. It's at the Oswald Rep, and for more information about tickets and times, you want to go to their website. Next, we're going to have some fun posing for pinups. We'll be right back.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
I'm Alan Cohn. This isn't supposed to happen at age 17. A stroke, a great comeback, and a return to the pitcher's mound against all odds.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Come on in, welcome to our pad. Trust me, folks, you're in for a ride. I'm driving, so relax. Unwind, leave your buckets all behind. Get ready to blow your mind. In Beatsville, don't be shy. Come and make the scene. Catch the crazy party inside. The hipsters here are gone. And dig, man, they're on to something big. Yeah, they're gonna flip your wig in Beatsville. Catch the gig in Beatsville.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Nobody beats Subaru in service, quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALT named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month. Or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to check back in with Chef Mel from Whole Foods. And Mel, you chose some 60s style dishes for today. What are you working on right now? I'm searing off some steaks for your steak Caesar, but I also bought some special things for Linda. Oh, like what? I bought these fantastic bitter melons. Those are melons? Something that we know that she'll be surprised by and have never seen before. These are cactus fruits.
A cactus fruit.
Oh, fun.
Never eaten cactus fruit.
All right, we look forward to
try it.
all your surprises. We'll join you in the kitchen in a little bit. Bobette.
Well, the sexy glamour girls of the 1960s were referred to as pinup girls because people, especially soldiers, would display their photos by pinning them on the wall. So we decided to strike our pose, and we got the help from Jocelyn and Michael Devaney. All right, you guys are from Little Skull Photography, and tell me a little about what inspired you to do retro pinups, because it's not a everyday thought.
Right. So I like doing pinup photography mostly because we have some great pinup photographers and artists that came from Florida. Like Gil Elfgren was from Siesta Key, Bunny Yeager was from Key West. So we just want to keep the Florida tradition of pinup girls alive. So we like to do that.
So fun. And those were 60s photographers that kind of inspired you?
Yeah. And what are some of the hallmarks of the era, the pictures that you guys try to recreate?
Well, we try to create really all the iconic poses. And we actually went through some of those poses of like the facial features and really trying to make all the drawings come to life.
All right, and in these we're seeing some befores and afters where you actually make it come to life, and that's amazing.
Incredible transformation.
That's the same person?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
And it looks like, you know, in the actual pinup,
Wow.
that's right out of the era.
I remember that picture. I remember seeing that picture on the wall. Now, this is the mom.
Oh, wow.
Wow,
Oh, and the doll.
Oh, that's so fun.
Oh, she looks so gorgeous.
So why do people say they want to do the retro photography?
Nice.
So a lot of people come to us, they just had surgery or they're recovering from cancer and they just want to feel good about themselves. So they come and it's like a huge self-confidence boost. We also have people who come to us for girls' days, bachelorette parties.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a lot of fun.
I bet divorces, too. I bet they come after divorces. I'm starting over.
Well, we got to try, and we got our makeover, so we want to take a look at our retro pose. Let's go take a look at that now.
Look at you guys shopping for clothes.
I know.
Yeah. Look at that little bitty bikini.
We were thinking
I was
about
thinking
that.
of that, but then we decided no.
Linda said, I could do this. But then we decided to put our makeup on, and we went for a more conservative look, I think.
Yeah, I kept saying Stephanie should be on that bearskin rug over there.
I know, Stephanie was very sorry to miss this. Well, I like how you're getting instruction. Do you feel like you have to kind of give people a little confidence boost to strike some of these poses? Because I would be nervous.
Yeah, that's kind of all falls on me. And although I'm not a very good-looking girl, I find myself trying to do the poses, trying to help make everyone feel comfortable, and I do a lot of the facial features. And
I needed you more than Bobeth did.
Yeah, Bobeth is good at striking a pose.
They told me to hold the oranges like melons.
You're like the Tropicana orange girl. Look at the quintessential Florida citrus girl. I love it.
We call that our Florida girl look. So
That's
a lot of women come for that one.
So pretty.
And these are the finished products. We love them. They came out really nice.
Oh,
Look
good.
at them.
So glad.
Oh, that's great. So your use of
pretty.
lighting is stunning.
I said I was
you.
too old. I
that's
kept saying,
great.
I can't do this, I can't do this, I'm too old.
Oh,
but
you did it.
could make me do it. And he was showing us how to get expressions using the vowels. Show us one of those.
oh my! So you go through the vowels of like A, E, I, O. O is a big one.
Right, so then you're like,
oh.
That's how you get the reaction.
Yeah.
So the ultimate facial.
So try this at home.
Yeah, next time you have to take a pose, say, oh. How does the lighting play into it? Because that makes it look like a different event than it is.
Yes, so we actually, because we're studio photographers, we also shoot outdoors, but because we mainly shoot indoors, we specialize in our type of lighting.
Yeah.
And we use a lot of lights. Some of our lights are 6, 7, 8 lights. To the normal photographer would use 1 or 2 lights.
Right.
And it really makes it pop. We make sure that everything we're doing is basically in camera. We don't try to do too much Photoshop. We don't try to make you look fake. We want it to be an awesome representation of what is actually happening.
Wow. And one of the things you said is almost you have to over-exaggerate all of everything that you do. So the movements had to be really exaggerated.
Yep.
Or big.
Yeah.
So you couldn't just go like that. You had to go
I had to put the orange all the way up.
That's great. Fun.
Yeah, it's really nice. And, you know, you guys can get more information about their photography because they do all kinds of different ones by going to their website. Next, Vicki Smugglers is going to take us down memory lane. We'll be right back.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that, and with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what we're working on now for 5 o'clock. A local circus arts program's desperate appeal to state lawmakers claiming poor conditions for performers. And you're fired, the nation reacting to President Trump's dismissal of the FBI director amid ongoing Russian investigations. Now let's get a check on our weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Scott, the good news is the air quality is improving slowly. Not too bad today. Winds a little bit brisk out of the west-northwest at 15, so that's mixing the atmosphere as the high pressure gets bumped around. It's still warm, though. 87 degrees, a little bit warmer east of I-75. The pressure still high, holding steady. I mentioned the air quality. It is a little bit better, but still in the moderate range there at 86. Winds are all out of the west, northwest, at least near the coast, keeping things a bit cooler. Inland areas still into the 90s in places like Orlando and into Wauchula. More at 5.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Drive into Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota and discover big savings during the Drive and Discover event. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or stop by today and drive away in a 2017 Jeep Cherokee for just $18,999. And for a limited time, get America's best value, a new Dodge Journey for as little as $16,599. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
We're always thrilled to have Vicki Smugglers with us on our show, especially because it was his show, the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour, that brought the 1960s counterculture to the mainstream TV. I know, Vicki, that you have amazing stories from those years.
Well, yeah, and this isn't a long enough show, but I'm going to say it's amazing to be with you, because when we did TV in the 60s, we were cutting edge. It was cutting edge.
Yes.
And now it's in historical books. Pioneers of television.
But that's so impressive.
It is, if you get stuck and dropped in a timeline, historically speaking, that is exciting.
It
was. It was.
Oh, you were the main thing, though. I was watching you every night. The Who. Tell me about The Who now and your relationship with them.
Well, Tommy was, honestly, Tommy hung out with the musicians more than I. But the Who was... they're British, right? And they always came over with a very superior attitude. When they talked to Tommy on stage, it was condescending. Because here we are, a couple just Yanks over here. Well, what do we know? But they always would finish their show smashing up the guitar and the drum exploding. This has been talked forever, never. But the union at CBS said we put in because the rehearsal, it went sort of like sort of a sort of like the drum was passing gas versus an explosion.
A small pop.
Yeah.
What is it called?
A small pop?
A pop. So that the union put it in, they put it in. It was boom like that, and pieces of the drum came apart. Keith Townsend lost some hearing. Moon
He's on the ground.
So this was all happening on TV?
This is all accidental.
Is that you?
That's Tommy.
Was that
crazy.
live?
Yeah, that was live, and thank the guy from the Who kept going on. He said after the explosion, you just talk to Tom. But mayhem happened. He was still trying to finish the bit, and it was so funny. And Betty Davis was standing next to me, just smoking a little cigarette. She didn't bat an eye. Rumor has that she fainted. She'd never fainted for anything. Ever in her life.
Well, you almost made LBJ faint now. You got to the President of the United States.
Okay. The war was a big thing. Draft was a big thing. The inequity of it and all. And so we started with David Fry was one of the great impersonators. He did Nixon. We did LBJ things. And he was great friends with CBS. You know, the Kings hang out together.
Yeah.
And he, in the middle of the night, he just had enough of us. And he called up the president of CBS, Paley, and said, could you have the boys ease up on me a little bit? I'm trying to manage the war.
Did you do it?
Well, we said we would if they would give us something.
Oh, what did you want?
Well, Paley offered. We wanted Pete Seeger on the show, And he was on one time, but he didn't get to sing his anti-war song, Waist Deep in the Big Muddy.
Yep.
Well, when he came back again, Paley says, I'll trade you Big Muddy for easing up on the president. So I wasn't privy to this. I found this out in a book. Tommy wouldn't share it with me. So Tommy said yes, and then he sort of reneged on it. And so we still did our thing, and that wasn't the reason we got fired, but it was worth it to have Waist Deep in the Big Muddy on. And back then you didn't tweet because you couldn't.
There was no such thing.
It was, LBJ, let's see, they say this letter is too pat. I'm going to read you a little letter he wrote to us.
The President of the United States.
After the final show, it says, after the final show, I read this letter responding to Johnson, him responding to me. It is part of the price of leadership of this great and free nation to be the target of clever satirists. You have given us the gift of laughter to our people. May we never grow so somber and so self-important that we fail to appreciate the humor in our lives.
What an honor.
That's what it's got to be.
That's what the president said to you.
Yeah, he said that. It's in his museum. I couldn't find the letter to hold it up. It's in the book, Dangerously Funny, that David B. and Cooley wrote about us. And it was a time that we didn't know we were doing something that was not done yet.
Right.
And now there's countless people that are way smarter, really far out. Now, Stephen Colbert's in trouble because he's network.
Right.
And some of the cable channels, they have more leeway.
Yeah.
But they're saying things that we would never dream of.
And do you watch all that? Do you watch
Yes,
it
I
and
love
think
it.
that is so cool?
Because
Yeah,
you
but
started it, if you think about it. You
did.
were the first group to
I am
do
so
that.
proud of these people saying that because it's comedy. You don't have to tell the truth. You exaggerate on purpose.
Right.
When you're a politician, don't exaggerate, make it up, call it fake, alternate it. Tell us the truth.
Right.
Yeah,
Let the comedians do that.
Yeah, they're wonderful and they're brave, but there's so many they can't fire them all.
Oh, you are so brave. Thank you so much, Vicki. I love it that we can see you on the street all around here all the time.
Yeah,
I'm always
street guy.
running into you.
I love
Wow.
Sarasota, by the way.
We'll be right back.
I love my girlfriend, too.
She's gonna hear it.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
one.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less, featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest to support your head, neck, and shoulders, bedside power plugs, under bed night lights, and more. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less than Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-774-8103. That's 1-800-774-8103. Call now.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Manasota Flooring.
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Manasota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Manasota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Manasota Flooring today.
The official salon of ABC7. Cutting Loose Salon.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Welcome back. Today may be Throwback Thursday, but tomorrow's Field Trip Friday. And here's our hints. We are heading back to nature. So something to consider when you're trying to think about where we are. And we are also headed to new heights. So what involves nature and new heights? Find us on Facebook, send us an email, check out Twitter and Instagram, and tell us where you think we're going to be going for Field Trip Friday. I can tell you where we're going right now. We're headed to the kitchen with Chef Mel to celebrate the swingin' 60s.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Haley Wilgus. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. A Venice business is looking to help the city get a long-awaited project back on track. A look into the possible arrangement and what it would mean for the city's future budget plans. And now taking a quick look at Suncoast Traffic Watch. No accidents delaying drivers at the moment. The roadways are clear for the most part, though drivers are seeing the usual congestion along US 41 near Bee Ridge Road. Now, let's head over to Bob.
No problems weather-wise. Temperature right now 87 degrees and the dew point temperature at 63. I guess if there is a problem, it's the lack of rainfall and the high fire danger that continues to be a big issue here along the Suncoast and will do so for the next several weeks at least, it looks like. The air quality index improving somewhat, still in the moderate range at 86, and winds out of the west, northwest, anywhere from 10 to 15 up and down the coast. We'll have the forecast at 5.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
When caring for my wife alone became too much for me, I called my long-term care insurance company to get help from granny nannies. Now the most wonderful nurses help me with her care.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
From meeting curious lemurs to feeding big cats and hosing down rhinos, there's never a dull moment. And sometimes these amazing animals chime in.
Watch Animal Outtakes every week on ABC 7.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone who has taken Xarelto or Pradaxa. If you or a loved one took the blood thinner medication Xarelto or Pradaxa and was then hospitalized for internal bleeding, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to serious, even fatal internal bleeding. If you suffered a stroke, heart attack, or serious internal bleeding, or if a loved one died after taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call us now. Our network of attorneys have years of experience fighting the big pharmaceutical companies and is ready to fight for you. Potential claims are being reviewed for users of Xarelto or Pradaxa who have suffered severe bleeding or hemorrhaging, stroke, or even death. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You won't pay a thing unless your case is settled. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone.
Please call 800-928-6604. That is 800-928-6604.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Mom needed more care than we could provide, so we called Granny Nannies. She now has around-the-clock caregivers, and we have peace of mind. Thanks to them, she's where she belongs, at home.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Coming up Friday at 4 on Suncoast View, it's Field Trip Friday. One of us will be high in the sky. It's Bo Beth. We're sending her to the treetops to conquer her fears, and we will see if she can do it. Did you know hypnosis can help keep us calm in daily stressful situations? Boy, that'd be nice. We'll give it a try. Plus, our favorite daredevil, Bellonock, stops by with a surprise stunt. And Jack Dusty at the Ritz is in the kitchen.
All right, welcome back. We're in the kitchen right now with Chef Mel from Whole Foods. And oh my, you want to be here too. She is cooking up a storm. We're making multiple meals. Let's talk about the first one, the steak.
We're making a blackened steak salad. So earlier, I seared this steak on sale currently at the Whole Foods.
Yeah, what kind is that?
That's
is that
New York
strip? Oh, it's strip?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
$11.99 a pound.
Good to know.
Good to know. Just so you know. Also on sale, the California quinoa. Anyway, enough of that. Blackened steak. So I blackened this steak with a Berber spice, which is like a Moroccan spice. So it's got a little bit of heat to it, but it's got kind of an earthy flavour. With that, we sautéed some asparagus, and I made some ridiculously large croutons.
Can I ask about the asparagus? Because I did a little pick. Talk about fire. What is in those?
That's got a little bit of the Berber spice in on it.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be some fire in the salad.
So I'll finish slicing this, and then if you pass me over that bowl, we'll throw everything we need in there.
And the croutons are extra large?
Yes, they are. That's fresh Cuban bread. We now carry Cuban bread at the Whole Foods market.
They're sort of sandwich size.
Right, all of that goes on there. Delicious.
Oh, that looks amazing.
Oh, this is some
Do you need
salad.
Beth to do some tossing?
She's going to, in 2 seconds, she can go crazy. In there.
Do you need some gloves, Bobette?
She does need a pair of gloves, I believe.
All right, I got you.
Oh, you got them?
And she's got, and there's your Caesar dressing. So combine all that loveliness in one fell swoop.
Do chefs really toss salad with their hands?
Yeah, we do.
Really?
But you have to realise how clean our hands are. I wash my hands on a daily basis. Even though we wear gloves at work, I wash my hands probably 25 times a day. 25 times a day.
I believe you.
This is amazing.
Yeah, no, everyone, people like the idea that anyone in a kitchen isn't clean is completely crazy. We all pride ourselves on not killing you.
Good to know.
Not you personally, Linda, obviously. None of us pride ourselves on that. Anyway, the weird thing I bought for you today is the cactus fruit. Do you want to grab one of those little things, Stephanie?
The ones that's sliced here?
Yeah, so we can just give it to Linda.
Okay. Oh. Linda, I wash my hands 25 times a day too, because I'm a mom.
These are the fruit that come on the big paddle
I'm
cactuses.
a mom,
That
too.
I don't
can do
believe.
anything.
Hi.
Look at that, perfect there. Also today, delicious things.
It sort of tastes like apple.
Does
I
Sour
don't know
apple.
why I bring anything different for
Where
you,
do
Linda.
cactus fruits come from?
Off the top of a cactus.
Well, thank you. I figured that was coming. Geographical location?
Anywhere that cactuses grow. I've got my neighbourhood.
Southwest?
Yeah, southwest or here.
Okay.
There's a ton of cactuses in my neighbourhood.
But Beth's having fun playing with her food, by the way.
Right, so this is your delicious blackened steak Caesar.
That looks
Along
amazing.
with that, we've cooked some shrimp in like garlic butter over here. In with those, I'm going to throw these mixture of all different types of tomatoes.
Where do tomatoes come from?
Don't make fun of me.
Tomatoes, for a start, Dickie.
Tomatoes.
I love the little jibe about the English. They're being condescending. I pride myself on my condescending.
I'm being condescending.
Do you like my flag?
I do love your flag. We appreciate your dress, everything. So sautéed a little bit with a little bit of garlic butter. In there, some tomatoes. We're going to serve these. And this is really, like, JR's Packing House does a much better job of this than I do. But this is going to be some delicious shrimp over some delicious Cuban bread.
Oh, wow.
So all of that bread
shrimp
is going to
broth.
soak up all of that deliciousness. And then the other things on the table. Pink champagne for you ladies.
Yes, I can
Mother's,
that.
Mother's Days are coming, so all of these things would be appropriate for your mum, because your mum loves steak as much as your dad.
It went way that way.
I wasn't expecting
I missed the camera.
After many, many years of being here, this is probably the last time we're going to see me at ABC 7.
Yes, we are having a pink champagne toast for Chef Mel, who is going on an adventure.
I am. After a heady career with the Whole Foods Market, I'm moving on to places anew. And I'm going to be living in Barbados as of September.
Yeah.
So we will miss Chef Mel. You've been on the station for how long? 13 years?
13 years.
Wow.
I've outlived so many anchors. It's ridiculous.
Hey, don't say that.
Linda.
Yes, we were. I was
still here, ladies and gentlemen, when we're from the early days of doing breakfast.
Remember us from 6 a.m.
Yeah, or earlier.
Very fun. Well, Chef Mel,
long time.
you and Whole Foods have been nothing but a huge pleasure to work with. So thank you so much.
We have to give you one to say toast to you for being here all these years.
Absolutely. So a toast to Chef Mel and a big thank you to the Knott brothers for Batmobile, Batcopters, and what's the other one I'm thinking? Batcycle. How could I forget? And anytime the Bat phone rings, they're here to help you out. So we've had a lot of fun celebrating the 60s with Throwback Thursday. Be sure to join us coming up for Field Trip Friday. Lots of fun to be had. Cheers to Chef Mel. We wish her the best. And we look forward to seeing Bello back tomorrow. Just grab the whole bottle. It's okay. No problem. Take time, enjoy the Suncoast View.